Hello and welcome to this month's Craft Cafe. So I'll start by telling you about the food that I made. So two of these dishes were for Christmas. Both of them were hits, absolute hits, everybody loved them. My personal favorite was the salted caramel and coffee tart. A very interesting mix of flavors. It was practically like an iced coffee in tart form. And I just found it really refreshing and not overly sweet and really enjoyable. So I highly recommend this recipe. I did do it pretty much as stated. And then I made a gingerbread trifle. Now this is visually stunning. It's one of those very eye-catching desserts. So you've got just layers of gingerbread. I made a gingerbread cake with caramel icing to also go in there. You've got a mascarpone and sour cream vanilla bean layer, and then you've got a dulce de leche layer as well. And I think I did put a bit of alcohol in it. I think I did some amaretto or something like that, but it is yum. It is very sweet though. I found it very sweet, but this was the one that everyone raved about the most. Everyone went back for seconds for. So this really is a knockout dish. Thing I love about trifles is most of the time they're very easy. Like you just make the components separate and then you'll just layer them on top. And sometimes it can be done the night before. This one I preferred to do it on the day because there were so many cream layers and I didn't want them to bleed into each other, but really quick and easy and fast to do. And then I made this Greek tomato salad that I paired with some baked flathead. It was really interesting. It was, something I like to keep making fresh salads so I don't get bored of the same thing and to do combinations I wouldn't normally do. Personally though, I would sub the dried oregano for fresh oregano. I like the flavor profile more, and I find dried oregano really sharp on my tongue. Like it's an unpleasant texture. So I would definitely swap those two out if I was to do it again. But otherwise, really fresh, really delicious, full of flavor. Highly recommend. So those were three of the recipes that I thought were really great this month. So with the craft projects, I'll show you two here because it's easier for me to show you in this view. So I made some tarot mats. This one, blue one, which you would have seen in a lot of my tarot videos, is made out of mulberry silk. I'll put the yarn up here so you can see what it is called, the color. It's gorgeous. It was so beautiful to work with, and the reason that I'm taking it away now is because I decided I'm going to make like a cardigan out of it because it's so beautiful on the skin instead of having it as a tarot mat. So I also made another tarot mat this month, and that's this one. So this one's full of like greens and purples and pinks, but I don't know, I didn't like the way it was coming up on the screen. It looks too splotchy. And so I'm just going to use this in my bedroom for when I want to do a spread on my bed, instead of using it in the deck videos. So those are two of the things that I've crocheted this month, and now I'll show you the rest. Okay, so the other craft that I made was another tarot mat. Yes, I'm on a tarot mat roll, and this is in Great Southern Yarn in my favorite color, Rainclouds at Dawn. I love the colors. It does come across darker, I can see in my camera, than it is in person. It's a little more subtle and muted in real life, but I just love the lilacs, purples, blues, oranges and yellows together. It just reminds me of Dawn. I did this one in a lemon peel stitch because I just prefer the way it looks on camera rather than the Suzette. The Suzette I love for bags, but I think for mats I prefer the lemon peel. I also made a little bag. So this bag is by Obsession Yarns. It's a 4-ply. I've got my home deck in here because I just thought all of like the blues and greens and yellows really suited. So I made it for this deck. This is in the color Treasure Map. So I've done it in, once again, Suzette stitch. I really like this yarn. It's so soft and cushy. Keep Obsession Yarns in mind in the future for new yarns when I need to buy new yarns, because I do love the way it feels and I really do like the way it worked up. So that was everything that I crafted this month. As you can see, because of the tarot mats, there was like a lot of big jobs, and I'm still very much limiting the time I spend crocheting just to make sure I don't ever injure myself again. But that is everything that I made this month. I hope that wherever you are having a gorgeous morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, stay wild, Star Child.